This is a very boutique institution. No other institution like this really exists, simply and solely committed to the education and formation of older men for priesthood.
It's been an excellent experience. I believe that the seminary here does an excellent job in formating all of its seminarians within the 4 pillars.
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's just opened up a whole new world to me. Spiritually, I feel closer to God than ever before.
When I went to the seminary, I was young, and I had my whole future ahead of me. So when I went in, there was always a possibility, if this doesn't work out, I have other things I could do. These men are leaving everything to come here. The sacrifice they've made is just phenomenal. This seminary allows men to be in an environment where they can mature and be formed as priests of God for the people of God, and with men of similar backgrounds and same age. Now, they could go to a regular seminary, but they would be with younger men. And as you know, as a younger man, what concerns you is not the concerns that I have.
But this institution, being as unique as it is, it has many throwbacks to the closeness, for instance, between the faculty and the student body that you wouldn't get at a seminary for younger men.
Our seminary is open to second career men. People have already had a job experience behind them, and they hear the call of God inviting them into the priesthood. So we specialize in second career vocations.
Well, before I came to John the 23rd, I was working in a parish as a music director and doing parish communications. And prior to that, I was in the funeral business.
I'm a retired judge. I was both an appellate judge and a trial judge in the United States Navy. And prior to that, I was a litigator for many, many years, and traveled all over the world with the Navy. And at the time of my retirement, I was the longest serving judge in the history of the Navy.
Well, I was a DOD, or Department of Defense contractor. Prior to that, I was in the military for about 30 years.
Before becoming a priest, I was an attorney. So the men that come here are men who've already had a career, maybe a little older than traditionally would look at a vocation, but still they hear the call of the Lord inviting them to consider a vocation to the priesthood.
It was a very long process, but it eventually came to be. I was raised Episcopalian and converted in 2005 and became a Catholic then. And it was largely through the witness of John Paul and writings of Cardinal Ratzinger. And then it was as if somebody came up to me and said, "You need to do this now."
I believe the turning point was when my bishop, Bishop Burbage from Raleigh, North Carolina, I attended a ordination, and he asked everyone there to ask the Lord what he would have us do with our lives, and here I am.
So this has been something that's always been with me. It's something that the Lord always lets you know that He's there, and the Holy Spirit always pursued me as years went by. I enjoyed a wonderful legal career and really enjoyed a judicial career, and then just realized it was time. I finally had to say yes. Sooner or later, He's going to get His way.
God calls us immediately while we're still in our mother's womb, but He also allows us to respond to that call at different stages of our lives. These men always have had the call, but they recognized, they accepted, they embraced the call later in their life.
You know, one of the things I find about the new learning center is, as you can see, it's so modern and up to date. I think it expresses something about the life of the seminarians here and the life of the seminary, that even though we are geared towards older vocations, there's a great openness to the future and a great expectation in looking forward.
Well, I think it's a real step in the right direction, because the rest of the facility is some 50 years old. This is a brand new facility. It's state-of-the-art. It's a wonderful place to be able to study. It's a great ambassador to the future for Pope St. John the 23rd, which I think has a very strong and bright future ahead.
I believe that it has brought me closer to God through knowledge. It shows that the staff and faculty here really do care about our learning process here.
Well, I believe that by and large, Most new things are good, and it shows that this institution is advancing into the future, and it is also providing for us the opportunity for expanded space, multi-use space, academics, social.
No pun intended, it's added light to our lives because you can see we're surrounded by clear glass so that we can see the beauty of nature around us. And I think it, lifts up everybody's spirits. You know, coming in here, whether it's a social event, whether they're here to study by themselves, or whether they just need an oasis to go and think.
My first goal is to form men who are on fire with love for God and for His people, and who really are committed and passionate about the gospel. My second goal is more to expose this place to a wider community so that other people can consider the fact that maybe God is calling them at a later stage. Because a lot of people might feel they're too old for this. I don't think you're ever too old to serve the Lord. And I think if He's calling you to be a priest, I think you should say yes. And I can tell you, you'll never be disappointed.